is the really cool like zoom in scope effect where it's dual rendered and stuff. And I'm not saying this is my effect, but I just decided to do a tutorial on it since somebody asked for it. So I decided it would be a good idea since it is a very basic effect. So here we have our clip, and if we ramp preview this, it does sound a little bit weird, just because it's a 600 FPS clip. So when I sped it up super like fast, then all the sounds got really like squeaky. If you guys can hear that. So it just sounds really stupid, but the sound shouldn't matter, because if you're going to actually make a legitimate edit, then you'd put your own gun sounds in there anyway, like I always do. That's the best way to do it. So let's just pretend this is already all synced to the song, right? So what I would do, when the first step in making this effect, is to split the clip, the frame before he zooms in. So this frame would be right here. So then what you want to do is you don't want to make it the frame before he shoots, but you don't want to make it like too far away either. So I think like right here should be good. So now we can see we have like a few frames and then he shoots. So right here I also want to keyframe it, or not keyframe it, but you also want to split it, and you want to drag this one out. So this should be long enough. Obviously you're going to want to sync this bit. This is just the scoped in part. You guys are going to sync this with your song. So let's just pretend this is all synced up. Let's actually ramp preview it to make sure that it's not too like short or too long. Oh yeah, I forgot that we need to enable time remapping for this layer. And instead of keyframe right here, instead of keyframe when he shoots, and then stretch it out. But like I'm an idiot for forgetting that, but whatever. So right there, we need to put this keyframe right there. So now let's ramp preview it and see if this clip is just a little bit too fast or too slow. And like I said, if you guys are actually going to be making an edit, then you're going to want to sync this part with your song, like I did in the preview and in my Sword RC. You guys saw that. Okay, I think this is actually perfect. So how I did this effect is I just took the scale of this. First of all, actually, I just duplicated the layer, and on the top one, we'll call this top scope, and we'll call this BG. So for the background, basically what I did is I just scaled it up a bunch. Let's just turn this off so you can see what we're doing. So I just scaled it up a bunch so it was like this, and basically you can see the edges and stuff. And then for the top scope, basically what I did is I grabbed the ellipse tool, put it right in the center, held shift and command to get a perfect circle, and just dragged this big enough for the scope. So like right here should be perfect. So as you can see, we get this scope that looks really nice. Let's just feather that about 20 pixels, and maybe just tap MM and contract it down a little bit. So I think that's perfect like that. So now what I did is I just keyframed the scale at 100, made it at 100 here. I actually think I made it a little bit more than 100, like 107 should be fine. And then here, I made the top scope really zoomed in, like 40. And then you guys want to ease this and basically create a really bumpy curve. So something like this, it's gonna look great. And then same thing for here, except we're going to be scaling it the opposite way in the background. Instead of scaling it in, we're going to be scaling it up. This basically will create some, it's hard to explain, but it'll just look really cool in the end. So we're just going to copy that keyframe, and then again, let's just ease this and drag it out. Hopefully this will look pretty sweet. Like I said, the audio is kind of screwed up, and I don't have a song to show you guys, but like if you're actually using a song, this would sound a lot better if it's synced up all perfectly. So let's just look at this. So that's pretty sweet. We could even make this one a little bit more jumpy as well, just because it's a little bit like soft. Okay, that sounded pretty stupid, but if that makes sense. So we're just going to drag these little handles down so we can get an even sharper curve, even less gradual. So also, you guys want to mess around, because scaling this up instead of down, like you might actually want to put it down like this. say like this, so it's at 250. Maybe let's make this like 270 at the edges. So then that should look pretty cool. Let's just ramp preview that once again. Let's see how much time we're at. We're only at 5 minutes. Alright, we got a little bit longer. So I think that looks pretty cool. What we could do is we could time remap this layer, and then instead of keyframe, and then easy ease that, and basically just make it super sharp, just like that. But that's getting into like advanced sticking and stuff. So for now, if you guys missed my second tutorial, you guys should probably check that out. It's a pretty neat tutorial. It is pretty long, but I do go over a lot of important things, so I suggest you guys check that out. So let's just view this. It's probably way too fast now. Anyways, you guys got the basic idea. What you also could do is just mess around with some other things, and I always say this in my tutorials, but messing around and just experimenting with the new and different things is what will really make it. So I'm pretty sure I put the opacity at something like 50%. That looks really good. And you also want to add a camera lens blur. That's what I did, so that you get some depth of field, some fake depth of field, and it'll look really, really nice. So turn on repeat edge pixels and make that about 5. That should look great. And then some cool things you could do is even add like an overlay or something. I don't have any base overlays to show you, but you could add some really cool stuff just by looking some cool things up. What are some other cool things you could do? You could add some like, I don't know, I can't remember what the effect's called. CC something. CC. I can't remember what it's called. It's in Generates. CC Light Burst, that's what it is. So let's just turn the ray length up a bit. Oh, and as you can see, we're having this problem here where the rays actually get cut off by the edge of our layer. So how you can fix that is go pre-compose and leave all the attributes. Is that what we want to do actually? No, it's not. No, it's not at all actually. So let's just delete this effect actually, and then remove all the attributes. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So now we get this, and now we can add a CC light burst, and what it will do is it will actually make the light burst go through the entire comp. So when we turn the ray length up, it will look really, really nice. And let's just see this. Yeah, we get a nice effect here. But anyways, you guys get the basic idea. You guys could mess around with that effect. There's a bunch of other cool things you could do. I'm just going to click on do so I can get back to the regular version. You could also add a shine. Shine might look cool. And like I said, you guys just want to experiment and be as creative as possible. Like I always say, you could even add some cool inverted thingies. Like, I always like to mess around with inverts because they always look sexy. Like, that looks kind of weird, but you guys get the basic idea of where I'm going with this. You guys could just mess around and come up with something really, really nice. I see, like, that looks pretty cool. Maybe even lightness. That looks pretty weird. Saturation might look cool. Looks a bit intense. YQ. I don't know. You guys could just mess around. That's about the end of the tutorial. That's about how I did everything. Basically just creating the 2 layers, masking out the scope, and making the scale really bumpy. Those are the main things you guys need to know. And also you want to sync this with a song, and this will not work with all songs. Like, you guys want to make sure that your song will work well with an effect like this. Like in my source sheet, and what you guys are going to want to look for if you want to use this effect is got to have 2 beats pretty close to each other, or else it'll look really, really dumb. So make sure you guys are using this effect properly, or else it won't look good. But anyways, that's about the end of this tutorial. If you guys have any more tutorial suggestions, anything else you want to see from me, make sure to throw that down in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye. See you guys.